Hey everybody, it's Spenny here. Welcome to the new and hopefully improved Lovestream Live. Let me tell you what's going on. Basically, it's been a sort of an experiment. We tried doing topics. They didn't really work. We did the Inquirer one. No one asked a single question about any of the stories that I was reading on the Inquirer, or at least any that I remember. We've done a few subjects here or there, and then it hit us. And when I say us, I mean John and myself. And that's that. This is what's great about this medium is that it's interactive. So if I pick a topic or John picks a topic and you're not interested in it, there's no reason for you to interact. So the show is now a complete and utter free for all. You want to attack me, attack me. You want to talk about Afghanistan. You want to talk about Trump, Biden. You want to talk about hockey. I don't know anything about hockey, but I will always be honest with you about what is going on. I'm physically and mentally exhausted. I've been preparing with John's help for a tour that's coming up. I leave Wednesday. It's only 4 cities, but it's 4 in a row, and it's taken quite a bit of work. Especially John has been helping me to get the work ready, and I'm very excited about it. It's been like over a year of COVID and not performing, so I put new strings on the old guitars, and we're going to do comedy. It's going to be a real mix of comedy and music, and talking about my career. But anyways, suffice to say, I'm excited. I'm going to be in Peterborough, Ontario. These are all in Ontario, by the way, at the Red Dog on August 18th. That's Wednesday, August 19th, in Barrie. And that's at the Queen's, August 20th in London at Lou Dogs, and then August 21st in the legendary Niagara Falls at Camp Cataract. So I'm looking forward to that. If any of you out there or from any of those cities, would love to see you. There are some tickets still available for some of the shows. Okay, so basically, we want, we obviously want super chats. I don't lie, as you know. Perhaps I should a bit more. I'm not a strategic person. So, if you pay for a question, you'll definitely get your question answered with as much detail as can be mustered. We've got guests. We're going to continue having guests on our show. For example, Mysterion was on, and he was amazing. And we've got all kinds of guests. We have a special guest tonight that many of you KVS fans will be very excited about, as well as some of the usual guest stars that will pop in from time to time. So I am told that I cannot anymore look at the comment section because I get distracted. So John will be sort of putting questions up as they arrive. And there's one from Phoenix, Arizona. What's up, Spenny? Could it be a more vague question? I just went through what's up. What's his name? Dream Chaser. Everything seems to be going well. I'm very tired. I'm tired not just from working. I'm tired from having arthritis. And the medication I'm on, and I'm old. So it's all very, Oy vey. Kenny Hotz. Is that actually Kenny?
I'm going to say I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But you know what? It's nice to pretend, isn't it?
So he likes to use the word rage. So it could actually be him, but I don't know. I have to think that it's not him.
I'm on your side there, but I'm going to go ahead and send him an invite. So if he's actually here, then he can really be here. But
yeah, and Kenny and I, by the way, we're hitting a few cities in Canada and then going to the States for about 5 shows or something, 6 or I can't remember. I'm also going to be doing British Columbia as well as a solo thing. So things are starting to perk up. I hope to see everybody out there and having fun and drinking and carousing and doing what they do. Because the bars need the business. We all need the business, and we all need the break. We all need to get out of this COVID bubble for a little bit. I'm all in favor of that. So Jack Firecracker, Spenny, do you think the Afghan pullout is the right thing to do? Too little, too late, not enough support. Let's hear the hot takes. I think that it's a disaster. I think Biden's administration botched it, the withdrawal. But I think the idea of withdrawing is probably a good idea. I don't like to see soldiers who have give their lives for Afghanistan, for a country that's just not really defending themselves at this point. I mean, the president took off. No one knows where he is that I know of. And I think that's symbolic of it's a very complex issue. In an ideal sense, I'd like to think as the U.S. as a benevolent superpower that helps to bring freedom to the world, but it's at a tremendous cost, financial and blood. And I think leaving is the right thing to do, unfortunately. But I think the way they've left is a disaster. There's nothing really unique about that thought. That's pretty much what everybody's saying. I watched Biden speak about an hour ago or 2 hours, whenever it was, and he was somewhat defensive, though he did say the buck stops here. And it really becomes a question, nation building with the neoconservatives didn't really work either. I think that these things have to come from within the country and within the people that live in the country. And then the United States as a superpower could maybe help. But as far as soldiers being there indefinitely, it probably is a good idea to leave. And I feel horrible for the Afghans that are there. Did you see the pictures of the planes taking off with people running? One guy was like the falling man from 9/11. The thing was way up in the air, the cargo plane, and he fell off. Anyways, very tragic, very sad. And we're not afraid of those subjects here on the Lovestream. It's part of who I am. I'm interested in all this stuff, and I'd love to hear your take. If anybody has a take, you're welcome to share it with us. But I don't want to politicize it. This isn't about Trump. This isn't about Biden so much. But it was definitely a botched exit from Afghanistan, and we'll see what happens. Anybody have thoughts on that? Okay, I'm just left here floating. So I might as well plug my comic book, Hypno Bitch. That's also available at Crassic Comics, COMIX, Crassic, CRASSIC. John, are you there? Here's Ash Angel. Hi, Spenny and everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I just saw the clip of the plane taking off. It was very difficult to watch. Yes, it is very difficult to watch. And it's, it's a sovereign nation. And they are now the Taliban, who, in my opinion, is a throwback to medieval times. It's certainly bad for women. It's certainly bad for any kind of modernization. And keep in mind, they had 20 years of security with the United States being there, and a lot of people got to do things that they just hadn't been able to do before, and now it seems it's all going to be reversed, and it's sad. So I agree with you, and it was difficult to watch all of this. There's 600 people I saw in a cargo plane who just got on. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, Spenny, have you tried float therapy for your arthritis? If by float therapy you mean sitting in a tub with, I guess, Epsom salts or whatever that keeps you floating, you'll have to, Shauna, give me more information, because maybe I don't know what float therapy is. I will try anything at this point, but I do, because I play guitar and I go out and I gig, I have to take medication until something better comes along. What do I think of mandatory vaccines? Well, the first thing is I wish they weren't had to be mandatory, obviously, because I don't understand not taking the vaccine. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I understand people have trust issues with the medical community. Doctors are not perfect. Mandatory vaccines and having to prove that you were vaccinated. Look, the numbers are, I speak to people on both sides of this issue. I'm definitely on the side of mask wearing until this gets under control. I think they're getting 200,000 new cases a day in the United States. Florida is a complete disaster. What a lot of people will say is that, the numbers, of how many die, are not that big. And I think that's a bit of a callous way to look at it. And especially considering that these things mutate. So Yes, I guess I'm in favor of mandatory vaccines. I'm not, I think I've said this before. It's not mandatory, but if you're not going to take a vaccine, don't go out in public. Please do us a favor till this thing gets under control. That's it. I don't see it as a freedom issue. In fact, you look at what's going on in Afghanistan and what the women are going to have to deal with. And some people are whining about having to wear a mask during a pandemic. It's actually kind of pathetic, in my opinion. But that's what I think. Oh, that was Senji. There he goes. All right, Senji. Thank you for that. And I'd love to hear your opinion on it if it's any different than mine.
I'm not sure that was Senji. I think it was Senji. I think the only way to know for sure is to ask him. Senji, was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Look, Spenny, I like you. That's the thing. You brought me a lot of joy over the years and during times. And the thing is, look, I never protested the lockdowns or the masks, but it was all unconstitutional. It's all against the charter. And I never went to the Hill, like when they were arresting people in Halifax. I never joined Freedom for Nova Scotia or any of that. But for me, like, I draw the line because the thing is, I've already known about how all of the most powerful Canadians are in the Bilderberg group and the last 5 prime ministers. It's all on Wikipedia. You could look who's in that group. And I've already known about like all this whole thing where, you know, but at this point, like Klaus Schwab sent every Canadian premier a book called The Great Reset, where he just details all this stuff. Like they admit to it, and only Jason Kenney from Alberta was willing to actually speak up. But yeah, the thing is, so when you abdicate this constitutional right, and the courts don't work, and because the Supreme Courts are the only thing defending the citizen from the government, and it's not a perfect sort of thing for socioeconomic change. It's kind of more of a blunt force weapon, but it's the only actual thing defending it. So if you're breaking the charter and the Supreme Courts don't work, you're in a dictatorship. There's no way around it. You're in a dictatorship. So as long as you can mentally accept that you're in a dictatorship.
I think it's total bullshit, with all due respect. Look, I say that because what I do is I look at myself. That's how I make my decisions. I wear a mask and I've been vaccinated, and it's not the big deal to me.
Yeah, so, but they wrote in a book that they want to put chips in our heads, and they sent it to every politician.
You can extrapolate all kinds of things from what I'm saying, and that's fine. We live in a free society. But the reality for me is, and they're asking me what I think, okay? I got the vaccine. I don't love getting vaccines. I think it was the right thing to do. So I don't know. I just don't see it as a slippery slope till dictatorship. I just don't. And
according to CTV News, 75% of all the newly infected at these super spreader events were fully vaccinated. Like a vaccine, it either works or it doesn't work. There is no like, oh, it reduces the COVID, or well, no, 75% actually did have it. Like, dude, they just tested it on, they have this scientist on Fox. I know it's Fox News, but they still can't really put fake stuff on there. So, but I didn't take this with a grain of salt because it's Fox News. And I generally, you know what? I don't even go down the whole rabbit hole of whether it's effective or not, because that doesn't matter. The point is, the government doesn't have the right to force something into your shoulder,
that's
right?
All that matters,
and the
man.
thing is,
that's all that matters is to get this thing contained before there's a variant.
Well, the thing is, I know people think a strong hand.
The vaccines do work. Why would I believe you over the experts that are in the government and outside of the government? They actually do work.
Okay. But you have to understand that like 60 years ago, the Canadian government was a sovereign government that had autonomy. But
I don't give a shit.
Look at, if
I
you
don't
just,
give a shit. We're talking about a pandemic. You're politicizing it. You're right. You have a right.
Yeah, but they're the ones politicizing it. They wrote the book and they sent it. They want to put chips in our heads, though. They wrote this in the book and they sent it to all of our politicians. They're laughing at us because no one believes it. Because people think it's just a pet. But
okay. To take Benji.
They wrote it in the book, The Great Reset.
Bye-bye. Okay, he's into chips in the head. He's either fucking with me or he's a very paranoid human being. I like him. I'll have him on the show again, but I don't need to hear this shit. Don't you already, what is this? Don't you already have to get small pox, measles vax to do public school, college, etc.? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I don't want to do it. I wish this wasn't happening. I'm not. Yes, the government. The government is God. You know, this isn't who I am. I look at the facts, and I look at the facts from people that are experts, and this is what I've come to. Yes, I don't like the idea of mandatory vaccines, but it absolutely. I've got children, man. There's so much misinformation out there, and there's so many people. To me, just my opinion, like Benji, who are sprouting all this paranoid, fucking delusional shit. I don't buy it. If they want to buy it, that's fine. That's where I stand. I couldn't be any clearer. I hope.
Benny, I'm going to offer you and the fans a unique perspective on this very topic, and I'd like to introduce him now. You may know him, you may not, but hopefully he'll come in loud and clear. His name is Kenny. Oh, it's Kenny Hotz. Here you go.
Oh my God! All right.
I can't see anybody.
Gigs. Unreal.
Very possible that he can't hear us and we can't hear him because he's in the middle.
I can hear you. What are you talking about?
Oh, the guy who comes on my show is
interrupting my nature time.
Ken, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming on, man. I've invited you to many a gig, many a wrestling match. You never show up. This is nice. Thank you.
Shut up.
Okay. Yeah, we just had a guy on who's going on about the Bilderberg group and that the vaccinations put chips in your brain. And Forest Ranger's very excited to see you. I can't even count how many exclamation points. The thing is lighting up, Kenny. You're a star.
All three of your subs.
No, we got. It's not that bad. It's not that good.
What's that aqua bandana you're wearing? Is that like?
Is it pink? Like I'm colorblind. I don't know.
My Little Pony thing, or
My Little Pony.
What message is that?
Can you name all the My Little Ponies? Because I can.
No. What is that? What like?
Why do I wear bandana? How many times
to water sports?
For water sports.
Marco Polo.
That's next with Spenny, by the way. Kenny Hotz. Megan. Megan is giving you 4 hearts. Megan has an OnlyFans account, Kenny, if you care to partake. What are you doing, man? What's going on?
Avoiding the Delta, bro.
There you go. The Delta.
Oh, that's right. Kenny, you did have the virus at one point. Are they asking you to,
and then I ditched Spencer.
Oh, jeez.
It never ends, John. It never fucking ends.
You know what? I love the fact that it never ends. It's just a pleasure to see you guys next to each other. And yeah.
Let's kiss.
I think No, now you're going
to. Spenny told me he was moving to Kingston. I said, I hope you mean Jamaica, you fucking idiot.
Last time I heard that, I fell off my. Oh no! Look at that. This is so
I'm surprised he can fit in the camera.
Kenny Hotz, I love you, baby.
What's the zip code to your stomach?
Kenneth, can I just tell you something very quickly? Bobby finally mouthed off about Justin Trudeau last week. I couldn't believe it. The guy who's Mr. Diplomatic, he's full on out west, Saskatoon. Trudeau sucks. It's unbelievable.
Well, he doesn't care about the West.
Trudeau follows me on Twitter, surprisingly enough.
How did we get George?
I'm not going to shit talk anyone that can, let me in his bunker.
There you go. No, but Bobby's like a total wimp, and he won't say anything nasty about anybody, at least to their face.
Can I have a moment?
Yes.
First of all, Kenny, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for dissing me when I was in Toronto and not seeing me, but that's okay. He doesn't care. Trudeau doesn't care about the West. He's proven it time and time again. He's proving it again now.
Oh, okay,
let's be honest.
No one wants to hear your political.
I've been a liberal all my life.
This is a guy. What grade did you? Where did your education end? What grade? 6.
It was a 2-stepper. Grade 11, 3 years, and then I did 3 semesters at the University of Guelph. Go Griffins!
This is the first 5 years of your life were kindergarten.
Well, I exposed myself in grade 1, and I was sent back. True story.
Any of my old friends at Glen Park
First of
will
all,
remember.
no one would ever know if you exposed yourself.
He's
Well,
getting
they
all the
could then.
Kenny jokes. This is great. Listen,
You're like you have 3 innies.
Bobby has a yeast infection, Kenny.
Why, he's being fucking bred again?
No, he's got an actual yeast infection. I told you. I called you and told you he's getting circumcised. It's unbelievable.
Wow, where?
No, Kenny,
I hope they have an
it's true.
electron
It's true.
microscope.
The skin is broken up, and now I've got to get it cut off.
It's nasty, man.
Bobby, why don't you talk about your dad and your mom? Why are you the way you are? That's what people really want to know.
Or show us your stomach. Something.
How big was your dad?
Look at it.
You know, Bobby's dad makes Bobby look like.
No, I've lost 4 pounds. I'm actually really excited. I weighed myself here.
I lost
twice
4
today.
pounds when I was circumcised.
I want to keep it and like get it framed.
Yeah, Jankum Huffer, it's free. Well, we pay big taxes here, but we have healthcare system. The circumcision will not be out of pocket, right, Bob?
That would be correct. I am responsible though for maybe for some of the medication post-op.
Did Spenny really kiss you in Amsterdam? No, he tried to.
Bullshit.
But
You
he
know it.
masturbated in a theater that showed bestiality pornos. Did you color
Nope.
match your bandana to the comments, Spencer?
Say that again.
Did you color match your bandana to the comments?
Yes. We're a very high budget program, and we think in terms of color coordination. We have meetings about.
Are you wearing that to commemorate? Are you wearing that bandana to commemorate the anniversary of Finding Dory?
Finding Dory. Was that the animated film about the fish? Nemo? Wasn't it called Nemo? I don't know what Finding Dory. I know Jim Dory, and I know Bobby knows Jim Dory. What number was he, Bob? Number 8?
Was he 8?
I think so.
Nobody cares.
He's from Kingston.
Finding Dory. That was the thrilling sequel to Finding Nemo.
Okay, what is this? I'm John texted me and said someone's impersonating me, and I accidentally logged on. So what's going on? What is this?
No, so someone I didn't know. I said it. I don't think it was you. They asked the question like you see up there, but I didn't think it was you, and now here you are. So I'm glad that this happened.
I want to send you $2, but
you're a total prick, and I love you, and you never come out to my gigs. I
never
wanted
loved
you to.
me. You ruined everything by not loving me. I loved you, and I gave up on loving you. You don't know
Well,
how to
you know
love.
what?
Your family's
we
never
grow.
loved
We
you.
grow. We
If
grow
you
as
did
people.
love me, if you did love
grow.
me, you'd be rich and famous, and you wouldn't be doing this right now. The problem is that you never loved me.
I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, so you don't know what love is. Don't talk about love.
Okay, I won't talk about love. Ask Kenny to do more KVS commentaries. We've tried. He said he would do it a couple of times, but it never happened.
No one's asked me to do anything.
What are you talking about? He's lying now. Fucking, I hate when you do that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a while ago. But
there you go. There you go.
You never gave me a time, or you were
John?
not organized.
John?
You never said be here
John?
at this time to talk about this show. We did commentaries on everything.
I think it's a great idea, and I think that once you guys are done with your tour, which is coming up, and I wish you the greatest luck with it.
The tour,
If
I'm not even sure if the tour is going to happen. I'm curious to see if. I hope it does, but who fucking knows? This new.
Well, you know what I heard?
This new Jew disease is just messing with everybody.
I heard that they might not let us in if we have. Did you get the same vaccine, Pfizer, or did you have two different?
I can get in. I'm not named on any Amber Alert, so I'm fine. I'm a little worried about.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're taking this seriously. Where's the rest of Pandemic? I know there's supposed to be more. Love all 3 of you. Kenny, do you want to answer that?
What's up? Where's There's no more
Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Pandemic was the one off.
Pandemic, what do you want? Like 10 hours of me screaming at Spenny about what a broke loser he is? Like, how much of that can he take?
They love it. They love it. They absolutely love it.
Listen, you're much better at humiliating yourself than I am. I'm just here hundreds of miles away from the city and the beautiful evergreen northern Canada, one with nature.
Alex misses the show.
I saw porcupine today. I'm diddling deer, kicking bunnies.
Does anybody know why?
Look, I'm actually wearing a KVS shirt.
John, does anybody know why people love Kenny so much? Power bottom.
I'll give this shirt to charity. This is an actual. I shouldn't even wear it. It's like a shit shirt at my cottage, but this would probably go for a couple G's on eBay. But if anybody wants it, I don't even remember what show it's from, but it's a power bottom T-shirt from KVS. It's funny, all my shit shirts are just shirts from the show, and I should just give them away.
I think you might be able to make more money with the fact that it's been on Lovestream Live. I think that's going to add very much to the.
Yeah, I'll give it away because I could probably sell it for like $1,700, and I could just send it to Spenny, and he'll sell it like my suitcase.
100%.
And but I'm not going to, because I gave Spenny the opportunity to be rich and famous, and he gave every penny he had to some loser bitch who he married, and I told him not to, or he'll give all the money away to just he'll do it. He'll use it. He'll use drugs. He's a drug addict. He's an abuser. He's a love hater. He's a person who is in a basement talking to how many people are on right now?
I don't know. It's never accurate, the number. Probably about 150. That's easy to me. Is amazing.
I think.
How much money are you making tonight?
Not much.
Do you know any money you make, I get half of? You know that, right?
No.
Yeah, we have a contract.
Oh, here we go, John. This is.
You make, I
I was happy when he showed up, and now I want
$75. You can keep the money. I'm going to donate all my money to you tonight.
Okay, great.
For your bandana collection.
The millions.
I
have a lot of bandanas, Kenny. Kenny, can you try to be a nice person?
Really?
You just
God,
try.
that's so really, do you? That's so crazy. What a surprise.
Why are you so mean? Why are you so mean? Are you unhappy? You claim to be happy all the time. I don't think you're very happy. You don't seem like a happy person.
Listen, when I'm not with you, I'm happy. You know, I'm so happy.
Oh, so you were very happy until you came on the show and saw me. Explain the Pandemic trailer, the one with the therapist from that addiction show.
Well, I was trying to put a show together to save Spencer's life so he doesn't have to talk to 150 people. And nobody wants it. They're like, everybody's asking me for my own show. They're like, do you have something without Spencer? And I'm like, it's a little too much work. I'd rather he was there and sang his little songs, you know, but being great alone is just too much work for me now. Now that I'm rich, just so tell people how rich I am, Spencer.
Kenny has done very well for himself, and
multi-millionaire.
Multi-millionaire.
But for real,
to his credit, hang on, let me finish. To his credit, he's tried to help me, but I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless with money. I'm hopeless with everything almost. But I'm happy. I'm actually happy for him.
If you listen to me and let's just say we had a time machine and we went back 10 years, and you listened to me and you did everything I said, how much money would you have now?
Well, I have my driver's license.
No, 1 second. If you listen to me, how much money would you have now?
I don't really know, because I know where your money is.
$3 million, probably $3 million.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because it was your testes money that
No,
you
no, no,
probably
no.
bought that.
But how much?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, you gave up at least 1.5 on KVS. You pissed that away.
Yeah.
So if you had 1.5 million 15 years ago, and
Yeah.
did the minimal investing that I did,
Yeah.
easily you would have 3-4 million right now.
Okay. Well, I don't. Which
Okay,
sucks.
so don't say you wouldn't. But if you
Well, no.
if you
And
didn't marry, if you didn't marry,
this is
if
why I
you
love
didn't marry
working with
that
Kenny, because he
psychopath,
doesn't
if
shut
you
the
didn't
fuck
marry
up.
that psychopath I told you to marry,
Listen to me. You know where your money's come from, and it's come from projects that had nothing to do with me. Some of it is.
that's on top of the pile. That's on top of the pile.
I don't know. I don't know what you want from me, Kenny. How's your mom, sister, and brother doing? Graham Humphreys.
They all died. They all died. They're all dead.
They're all dead. They've all passed away. And you didn't invite me to the funerals. Thank you for that.
I have to go. The caviar. I have the crab cakes and lobster tails.
All right,
and,
brother.
I actually have a chef here who is rolling Cuban cigars for me.
Nice.
No, I swear to God. And
I believe.
they're doing caviar stuffed crab cakes and lobster tails.
Okay, enjoy. I'd love to see that right now, but
Kenny, I need to ask you before we go. We got a couple more questions from the fans. There's one right there on the screen. There'll be another one in a moment.
Okay, what is your opinion of foreign KBS adaptations? Unfortunately, I didn't think anybody really had the ability to be as committed as we were to KBS.
The British guys, Ed and Spencer.
Not as much, maybe a little bit, but they pussed out. Maybe they did a couple or a few of them, but
that guy got punched in the head in the pub was pretty good.
Okay, so you know what? So there were more jackass than they. I don't think people really, had the stamina for. I don't know why we did it for so long. But man, Trey said, keep doing it. Spenny wouldn't, and he fucked up, and he fucked off, and they just did a $900 deal with CBS Viacom. So if you would listen to them and weren't a fucking douche and bringing your idiot partner on our show that didn't belong, you'd probably have at least some money. Does Kenny think the earth is flat? No, I think Spencer's wife is. Kenny, can you explain Spencer's suitcase? Oh, just scum. The fact that he's taking some Salvation Army piece of dreck and milking pennies.
Pierre Cardin.
Just embarrassing. It shows you how low. You know what? It's sad. I just want to like cradle his Rosie O'Donnell Down syndrome head in his stupid, I don't even know, Aerosmith bandana, and just hug him and love the Satan out of him, because he is such a diseased, violent, abusive addict. He is a Brutus, a backstabber, a villain, a dark, sexual, deviant, pedophilic, psychopath. He is a monster, and I've always, I'm tired of trying to save him. It's like it's like Jesus. He just crucified me. The only person that ever loved him and tried to save him, ever. And yeah, I'm just tired. I can't save him anymore. And it's like, how many times can you plunge a toilet with all that fecal matter, Spencer's fecal face spraying on you? I can't do it anymore. My wrists are broken from plunging his his garbage shit toilet face. I'm sad. I'm sorry. Kenny, do you believe in Sasquatch? Yeah, I saw the Sasquatch this morning. I have a mirror in my bathroom. Goodbye.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Warmth himself. It's great when you have a friend.
I said believe, and it didn't work. Kenny, have you seen the movie Bianca Monologue Sweet? Yeah. Yeah, I saw it in a toilet on a Air Canada flight to Auschwitz.
Oh my Lord!
Just another example of Spenny's genetics. Even though I do miss Bianca, I miss my opportunity.
Okay, that's
And I could have rammed her, but I did a baby make milk joke just for you. That's how much I care about you and how little Spencer cares about you. 1 second. I actually have a $300 bottle of. It's called cake wine. Kenny, have you seen the movie? Oh yeah, I saw it.
yeah.
All right.
I can only say so much. What a pleasure it is to have you on the show to see what the other half is up to.
Real pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. The fans appreciate it. I appreciate it, and
So
hopefully we'll get some stuff going after the tour, and best of luck.
Bye. What a piece of shit. But anyways, I'm glad he came on the show. I don't know. Is it? Should I be mad, John, at the audience for enjoying that, or?
Well, it's
mad at him.
What the people say, and the people.
Should I be mad at you for putting him on? Like, I don't know who to be mad at, but I'm angry.
I don't want people to think that I'm one-sided in who I appreciate. Sure, I work with you quite a bit, but there is an unending love for Kenny on all sides, and I think we all know that he's the power top essentially of the two of you. And sure, you're the power. I think Kenny should send you that power bottom shirt because that's probably how he feels. But let's face it, there would be no Kenny versus Spenny without Kenny and Spenny. So you both have tremendous value. And wait a minute, I think he might be. Let's just see if he's. Kenny, did you want to? Oh, there it is. It is at the crotch.
I would like to see the caviar. There's the.
No, he's. Oh, I think he's doing somebody on the. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Chimpanzee. Oh, now he's talking.
Okay. Well.
All right, let's ask Bobby what he thinks of that. He seems to be having way too much fun. Bobby, what did you think of?
Look, you know that my love for both of you. My love for both of you is equal. There is no higher ground than Spenny or Kenny or Kenny or Spenny. I'm glad to be in the country. I'm glad to live in a world where I have the freedom to watch anything that Kenny or Spenny does. And thank you.
Bobby, what you did to our prime minister, you went back to your old self and just kissed Kenny's ass. Lishka, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I still haven't sent the comic to you, but I will. It's been very, very busy, and I've been very exhausted, and we'll get it to you. Don't worry. Austin McCona, I got a bandana collection too, man. People with class have them. There you go. It's class. I'm a class act, apparently. Bobby, seriously, why is he so mean? Where is this coming from? I have my own thoughts on this.
He's an actor, okay, and I think it's important. Oh, there you go. I think it's important that you understand that he's trying to get attention, and it works, right? He wants to rile you up because he's an actor. Now, a lot of the things he said, were mostly true. I don't think that you're a shit-eating fucktard. I never did, and I never will. And I will go to battle for you on
John,
that.
Wait a sec. Bobby, what did he say that was true in your mind? So that chance to defend myself because with him, he doesn't stop talking. Go ahead.
No, your investments and what you did with your money over the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. I've admitted that. But does that make me a bad person?
No, I'm doing it right now. I got money now, and I said, "Whoa, here you go."
Don't you think that there's an underlying insecurity that he needs to be buffed up, and so he has to put down in order for him to feel buffed up? I don't think you have to look much further than that. It doesn't. The stuff he says that are true about me, I'm pretty sure I'd say about myself. The stuff that isn't true, pedophilia, all the shit that he says about me, I think the audience is somehow complicit in this nonsense. And you know what? If they find it funny and I can make money doing it, that's great. The truth is, Kenny's never gotten over. Kenny's never gotten over. Things that I did where he has done work that maybe we should have done together. Because I went and had a family and all this stuff. And I get it. I just don't get why it just never ends. It just never ends. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's just his way of...
You have to ask yourself this important question. When it's just the two of you, does he ever talk that way to you? The answer is no. Okay? It's the audience.
You're totally wrong.
He loves the audience.
No. Bobby, he talks this way to me sometimes, not all the time, obviously. He's on attack mode, but I think that at a certain point, I mean, I've always admired his success. Even when it hurt when he wrote for South Park, it was, he did what he accuses me of. He sort of dumped me and went to work with them. So, and I don't know. I want to understand it. I want to make money off of it. It's a very complicated situation, obviously. Years ago, when we lived in Los Angeles, I had a tendency, because I was very frustrated working with him, saying nasty things about him to people. And that really upset him. And we really had a blowout argument, and I stopped doing it. And now I basically say nice things about him. I mean, you can look at all these love streams on my YouTube channel, and you can see I'm actually I don't really have these issues anymore. I mean, these things happened a long time ago. But anyways,
I will say that it's taking that, Bob. It's fine. I would say that there are, dare I say it, two Kennys, and the issue is that people love either or they love both, and they love the abusive Kenny when he's just ripping into you because that's his brand, and they love the bumped into him at a bar because he's sociable and a nice guy. And somewhere in there,
wait a sec, John, you didn't listen to what I said. He does this kind of stuff when it's just me and him on the phone. He's got some real what's the word, chip on his shoulder.
Issues.
Yeah, I'm saying
I don't think he's angry. He's not an angry person, but when it comes to me, he's got some real, creative partnerships are very hard to do on ego levels, especially. And over the years, we've had some things. I've done some things that I regret, and this and that. And maybe there's just, to him, there's no value in us unless we're attacking each other. That I can maybe see as being true. But since I just know these resentments don't go away, and I don't know if that's something that he doesn't want them to go away for whatever reason, or if they just won't go away. But to me, I mean, what I'm
telling you is the fans' perspective is really, I'm giving you that. They all are going to love him regardless because it doesn't affect them. They think it's fun to watch you.
No, but I've been very public about Kenny's likability and his charisma and his charm. It's much more than mine. I'm okay with that. That's okay.
Okay, well, here's an example of a Kenny fan, and this is where they come from, right there. That is what we're talking about. So
you should fart and come, brother. Okay, well, there you go, face child. I don't know how to respond to that.
You don't need to. That's the audience you're working with. So
that's part of the audience, and then we've got the Lishkas and other people. But
yeah, you're female. You have more female, like, appreciating fans. I think.
Don't say that. Kenny will come back on the air if he hears.
Kenny, well, sure.
I'm not even sure that's true, to be honest.
I'm just trying to cheer you up, dude.
Okay, well,
I'm making stuff up.
Trying to do. I'm not upset about this. I'm trying to understand it. That's all. That's all.
It's
all these years, all this time, I've known him for my whole life. I'm just trying to understand it. That's all. We can move on. I'm happy to move on. I'm not. I've been upset
Spenny,
before.
Can I say something from the bottom of my heart, Spenny? You're a dear friend.
William B.
I've known you
Williams.
forever. I think you kind of take it a little too serious. The bottom line is this: you're a comedic genius. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I'll tack onto that, if I may. Simplest way to explain it, I know there have been the references to many times the log and the flame can't survive without each other. Yes. But I will say that he is the nitro to your glycerin. And unless you guys are together, you're not going to have that spark and that explosion or that heart medication. I forget what nitroglycerin is, but I think it's
I actually have a bottle upstairs. It's a spray that the heart doctor gave me in case I have a heart attack. But okay, fair enough. Let's move on. I thought it was great that he came on the show. It was great to see him. I hope people liked it. I have no idea how many people are watching. But when we post this, right, John, and we promote this after it's off live, and we'll probably get a nice amount of people watching the show.
And I will make the most clickbaity looking title card that you have.
I know you will. I know you will.
That's why
Kenny is a likable, but at the same time, misleading personality is all. It's just his way of life. Maybe. But you'd think I would know that by now. But maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know. Lots of my friends like Spenny more than Kenny. When I showed them, it's awesome. React to you. It's a really creative kind of comedy. Okay, fair enough. You know what? I think what Kenny and I do on stage, for example, is very unique. And both of us are comedy geeks, and we know a lot that's out there. But let's just move on. I don't want to spend the rest of the time talking about something.
You guys will be face to face next to each other for the first time in how long? Was it the New Year's
November? November in Saskatchewan.
We have to do a little bit of work together, creative work, and I believe that's going to be at the end of the month, though Kenny hasn't committed to a date yet, but whatever. Bobby, let's talk about your pedicure for just a few minutes. Bobby had a pedicure. Can we see the feet? Okay. Wonderful.
So I had my first one in Toronto back in July.
Yeah.
It was a fire sale. They were closing the place down, so it was like $20. It was a steal.
Yeah.
But I felt unfulfilled. So the next time I was at the Walmart here down at the west end of the city, and inside the Walmart, there's a crazy nail place. And I said, you know what? Just go for it. So I sat down. I was pampered for an hour. This woman was digging in places where, had never been touched before. And she curved my nails so it looked symmetrical, kind of like a round yet oval at the same time. She cleared the skin with a little thing. She had like a little buffer thing, and she got deep inside. Then she took one of those clamps that the dentist used to use, to clear the plaque. And she was digging between the toes, and it was just beautiful. $55 later. It was beautiful.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're getting pampered. You haven't had a lot of pampering in your life, suffice to say. So it's good to see. It's good to see. Okay. Now, John, do we have you have a surprise guest or something? Is the guest here?
Well,
where's Broadway?
Well, you'd think he would be here. He knows that it's on now, and he's got the invite. But tragically, I'm not sure what has happened. I just sent him another note, but the best I can offer, besides Bobby, is Kenny, and we've already done that. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. And I shouldn't be on the screen at all because Dick Chungus seems to have an issue with it. So I'm going to step aside now.
Well, wait a sec. Did you not you're the person that put that Chiron up? Correct?
I did. I did it too.
For you. That's a very good sign of you coming to terms with the internet and how absolutely unimportant most stuff is that comes on here.
I
So.
love every comment, even if I have to delete it and chuck people out for it. But you know what? It's all about love, and no one knows more about love than that guy right there.
Garfield Livestock. Uncle Patreon.com, Uncle Bobby.
Yes. I'm
I
watching
could use
videos, Bob. They make me smile every time.
I even put my teeth in for y'all.
Yes. Man, the live humiliation was totally uncalled for. I maybe Senji's a little upset with me. I can't tell. I was a little surprised by what came out of his mouth, but hey.
I think that was in reference to the note about me a second ago. I believe that's what Senji was reacting.
No, because I saw a comment he made when Penny was raging on me that this was a humiliation. Look, Senji is banned for the rest of the episode, but we'll talk about next week.
Senji is spending good money to share these thoughts with you, and
that's true too. Yeah,
I love everything that Senji has ever done, even though it's frightening at first. But I think it's wonderful.
Do you love his take on chips in the brain and the Bilderberg group? Because
I love just everything about the guy. He's so off. It's almost as if he experiments with narcotics, but I'm not here to judge.
I think it's I like him too, obviously, but I shouldn't say obviously, but I do like him. I just think it's irresponsible to run those narratives at a time when we have a new variant and raging infection rates, regardless of how many people die. We got to get a handle on this thing. Bobby, what are you doing?
I'm just so happy. It's Monday in the big bigger here. I'm in Saskatchewan.
Oh, you're big,
smoky, but sunny. I'm wearing the boxers, which I have to wear every day now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The loose ones. But the good news is Uncle Bobby Patton on YouTube is alive and well. And we got really cool stuff going on there. Shameless plug.
Check it out, everybody. Check out Uncle Bobby's Patreon and YouTube channel or whatever the hell he's got going. It's I wouldn't know how to describe Bobby, to be honest with you. I clearly love him, and I clearly even his hairy chest is like, it looks like a bra. It's weird. All right. I think this might be a good time to get the fuck out of here. What do you think, John?
I'm trying to come back with all these positive thoughts, but it's getting tougher and tougher.
It really is.
Spenny, you are on the road very, very, very soon.
Yes.
And I think people deserve to know that, and there are easy ways to find out. But I am. Hey, there it is.
Peterborough. Peter is Peterborough. Barry at the Queens in Barry. The Red Dog, October 18th. In Peterborough, which I think is near where Kenny is. Let's see if he comes by that show. Probably not. August 20th, London, Ontario at Lou Dogs, and August 21st in Niagara Falls, Camp Cataract. Thank you for reminding me to plug that.
Hey, it's the least I could do after putting you through that whole bit with that other guy.
Yeah.
Which I think,
okay. I'm not angry, which is weird. I don't know why.
You're not angry because you've developed such a callus that
Callous.
I think that it goes in.
No, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you because any other time I would be a little bit more angry. There must be something. I think I'm just tired, frankly.
That could be. You have a lot going on, and it's going to be. I think I'm sad personally that I'm not going to be able to attend the shows, but I hope that some of you fans who are going to be there can film something.
Kenny has some skepticism about the U.S. dates, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous about them not coming through because of COVID and Senji. But basically, we'll see you there, John. One of those shows you said you'd come out to. So
yeah, well, I hope to. I hope to.
Can I ask if you guys have the locations yet?
New York City, I believe. I think Philadelphia, New Jersey, and I can't remember. I haven't got the list yet, but I think those ones and then a couple more. Spencer's oiled leathery face seems excited to see a shirtless Bobby. I'm always excited, Rick Larmer, to see a shirtless Bobby. Though I'm also concerned about the level of his body, the width of his body, and depth of his body. So,
are we talking about Rick Larmer or Bobby? Because
Rick Larmer doesn't look like a very
I think
svelte individual, but that's okay. Hey, look,
real question for you.
It's a cheap shot, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Spenny, how's the new puppy? Okay, the new puppy, his name is Arlo, is a fucking disaster. He's a terror, but he's a puppy, so we have to live with it. We're hoping in about 5 months to 4 months he's going to calm down. He bites. They're playful bites, but they're annoying as hell. He had diarrhea yesterday because he got his 3rd vaccine for whatever they vaccinate dogs for, and he got a little sick. And
I had diarrhea yesterday.
Oh, great. So he wakes up very, very early, and I got to take him out so he doesn't crap in our bed, and then it's hard to fall back asleep, which is another reason I think I'm very exhausted. But he's cute, and I can't wait for him to mature. Remember to spa and neuter your pets, people. That would be...
Make sure that your pets are obviously free from the possibility of getting pregnant ever, and also make sure they every so often they get a nice massage.
Isn't that Bob Barker's line?
Kind of. They're saying spa and neuter your pets, which I think.
By the way, Kenny and I went to a taping of The Price is Right with Bob Barker, and it was real Americana, I must say. It was Hollywood in America, and we didn't get on Contestants Row, but the gal that was behind me in the lineup, they line you up like cattle. She did get on, but she didn't guess the right price to get off.
But she got a parting gift if everyone who does get up there does.
That I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Just to get up to Contestants Row before you go on.
Once you get up there, you're guaranteed a prize.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
That's the one thing I miss about LA is the fact that you can be on any show anytime you want. You just have to get a free ticket from some dude on the street. And
at the Venice Boardwalk, they give away those things by
absolutely. The last fun event I had, besides being on Jimmy Kimmel, when I met Mick Foley and Stone Cold Steve Austin during a Uncle Cracker cookout in the back. The other great moment was when I watched that show, The Weakest Link, if you remember that show.
Yeah, sure.
That was the WWF edition. And when it was F. And man, did it take 1,000 years for those guys to get their intros right, let alone go through the show. But man.
That was with the British woman was the host?
Yes.
The Weakest Link.
Yes, what was her name?
I don't remember. All right, everybody. Thank you, John. Thank you, Bobby. As always, be well, be nice. Laughing my off. Rick Larmer's picture was Brendan Fraser. God, why is everybody so mean? I read a whole thing about Brendan Fraser and his battles with depression. And yes, he gained some weight, but he was better looking when he was younger than any of us will ever be. And anyways, I don't know. I'm just not a mean person, I guess. I don't know. But then Kenny thinks I'm a prick. So who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you can be a solid citizen too.
I would just hold that pose, Bobby. I just wanted to add that the show's over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want you to donate now. It's time to donate.